So my name is Stacia. I'm 19 years old, and I would like to tell you a story about my experience in the foster system. So when I was about 3, I was living in these apartments in a town in Idaho called Pocatello, and they were known for crackheads. So they were literally known as the crackhead apartments. And I was living there with my mom and my little sister. It was Christmas, and the cops come pounding on the door, and they arrest my mom. So I don't remember a lot from this time, but just a disclaimer, this has to do with drug culture and violence too. So if you have a trigger involving these, then please don't watch this video, because I don't want to upset anyone or make them uncomfortable. Okay, so when, like I said, I was 3, so I don't remember a lot that was happening, but my mom says one thing and my father says the other. My father said around this time he came to pick me and my sister up so we can go stay with him, and my mother was passed out with needles in her arms. And I'm sorry to my family too. If you're watching this video, this is in no way intentionally targeted towards you. I just want to be able to help someone in a similar situation because of the crap I've been through in my life. If I can help someone, then maybe it would have been a little bit worth it. So I'm sorry. And all of these things have been taken care of in the past. So there's nothing, there's no charges anymore. Everything's dealt with to the present. So they've already done all their jail time for this and stuff. So, but anyway, back to the story. So the cops come and arrest my mom for the first time that I remember, and I go stay with my great-grandparents. And then it was back and forth between my great-grandparents, my dad's mom, my dad, and my mom. Excuse me. And when I was about 7, my mom moved me and my little sister to California. Everything was fine for a time being, but I guess that we weren't necessarily her first priority. And I don't know the full story to this, but when I was 10, we got put into the California foster system. And I guess this is where the actual story begins. So we get put into foster homes to begin with. So these are families that are potentially like an actual family for you. It's a home setting. So it's a house, and you have maybe other siblings, they're biological or not, and you have a bedroom, and there's a kitchen, and you go to school regularly. So it's just like you're living at home, but in someone else's home. And sometimes there's a potential for them to adopt you. Now, I don't remember how many I was in. The first one I was in was a lesbian couple, I guess that's what my grandpa said. And we were there for a day. And that mainly had to do with my family being uncomfortable with 2 little girls staying in a lesbian home. Now me, liking girls the way I do, I can't really agree with this. I think we would have been fine if we stayed there. I mean, they're doing this not to sexualize the children, but to help them. But anyway, so we went to another home, and we were only there for a couple of days. We started school, and it was going good. I think that would have been a potentially good place to stay also, but we went to go stay with my cousins in Orange County, so Buena Park, California. And that was alright. I don't know the whole situation, but I remember being left at the DCFS office, which was hard because that was family. They were supposed to be there for you, 100%. And I don't know their reasons, but it happened, and I'm not holding a grudge. So that's just what happened. So we get put into one of my favorite foster homes. Sorry, my throat's sore. I'm a little sick, but put into one of my favorite foster homes. Their names were Liz and Edgar Mata. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. I was about 10, 11-ish, 6th grade, 6th and 7th grade. And it was good. They cared for us like we were their own children, which was remarkable because you don't see a lot of families doing that. And got to stay in the school with the friends I made from living with my aunt and uncle, which was great. Don't really talk to them anymore, but you guys are always in my thoughts if you guys end up watching this. Hope you guys are doing well in your lives. And when I was in the beginning to middle of 7th grade, so I was in junior high at, I went to live in Arizona with my great aunt, Evie. Now, we had our issues, but I wouldn't change it for the world. That woman is so close in my heart and in my soul's prayer every day, and I wish nothing but the best for her. I met my best friend, Erin Townsend, and I'm sorry for bringing up your name in the video. I hope it's okay, but I wouldn't change that for the world. I may have done some things a little bit differently than I did, because I kind of made a mess out of a bunch of things, but life was good. I made my best friend and some other friends, and we don't really talk as much, but same as the friends from California, you guys are always on my mind, and hope you guys are doing well in your lives, even though we parted our ways. And it was great because it's like I had extended family, but then my aunt got sick and she got a hole in her lung, and so we moved back to Idaho, which was great. We were living in Blackfoot, and I made some friends there too. Haven't talked to them in ages, but you guys got me through a lot of crap, So I thank you for that. But we had our issues, and so we moved from Blackfoot to Marsh Valley, and all of my friends there are so great. I'm so proud of you guys. I saw you guys graduate. That was awesome. I'm happy for you guys, truly. And that didn't last long. So the beginning of my sophomore year hadn't even started yet. I got pulled back to California because things just didn't work out, and that's more of a family matter and more of a strong alpha females, and nothing particularly remarkable to say about that. So we go back to California and we get put in this group home. And this is my story. So about back when we were with Liz and Edgar, I got separated from my little sister, which was hard, but we went back to my great aunt together. So that's her story, and I'm not telling it entirely. I just felt that I should say that before this next part. So sorry for the backtracking. But we get put in this group home called Rosemary's. Hold on one second. Sorry about that. I really shouldn't be talking. I have some issue with my throat. I haven't gone to the doctor yet. But anyway, we got put into this group home called Rosemary's. It's a 19-bedded group home. So there was 18 other girls, well, 17 including me and my sister. Well, not including me and my sister, but 17 besides the two of us. And I remember room 10 like it was yesterday. I spent a lot of time in that room. But anyway, I spent a good portion. I think I stayed there the longest, most repetitively. So I had some great staff members, so I hope you don't mind me bringing you guys up, but you guys were truly amazing. I had a therapist called Miss Alicia. Wherever you are now, you helped me through a lot, and at the time, I guess I wasn't as grateful for it as I am now, and I'm truly sorry about that. But you helped me out of my depression, and you helped me see life is not as bad as I thought it was. And to Miss Tony, I am sorry. I'll get to that a little bit later. To Miss Esther, my mentor there, she was the one, so each staff member got assigned a couple of the girls in the house to them as a mentor, counselor type thing. And she helped me a lot, so thank you. And any other of the staff members that I'm forgetting to say. But anyway, we were there a couple months when the Butlers, a family in Downey, Idaho, so where I was when I went to Marsh Valley with my aunt, they took us in. It was the shortest 3 months ever, but it broke my heart, and I blamed you a lot, but there's misunderstandings both ways, and I'm sorry for that. But we were there 3 months, and then we got sent back to Rosemary's in Pasadena, California, and I don't know, me and my sister got separated again. And then my grandpa, the man that meant everything to me, passed away. And then, not even a month later, my grandma passed away. So this is my great grandma, and then just my regular grandma, his daughter. Just so that doesn't get confusing. And we couldn't go to their funerals, and it broke my heart because he was my hero. Now I'm getting emotional. I didn't get emotional. Just emotional in my other videos. I guess I just talk about that stuff more. But he was my everything. And I didn't mean for this video to turn into like a life story video. Oh gosh. So more about Rosemary's. It was mainly the only group home I've been in. I was in a 30-day shelter for a couple days, but I didn't mention that. Which are two totally different settings. A 30-day shelter also, well, it's in the name, it's 30 days, so your social worker puts you there or in this other place. I was fortunate enough not to be sent to until they figured out where to put you long term. So whether that be an actual group home or foster home, then yeah, and then I got put in Rosemary's, as I stated, and that's different. So I was in a 6-bed, which has 6 girls, and a 19-bed that has 19. Those are the only experiences I've been in. They also have co-ed ones, but I was only ever in Rosemary's group home. My sister was in the other ones, and I can't really tell you about that because I didn't experience it, but it's hard being around people who have totally different backgrounds that are all dealing with their own shit. Well, I guess this is a live video and not a specifically group home video, so I guess I'll continue down that road. So, as I was saying earlier, Miss Tony, I'm really sorry I never came back. I broke that promise. But when I got home, to head back to Idaho, I couldn't leave. I had my great grandma. I couldn't risk going back and there being a chance that I couldn't come back until I was 18. I couldn't deal with a group home that long. And it's selfish, but it was a decision I made and I dealt with. So after that, I guess 2 years went by and here I am making these videos. I'll get more into that in a later one. Thanks for watching.